Hello, freaks, geeks, degenerates, and basement dwellers. Welcome back to the War Zone. I'm Scruffy, and this is Skruffytalez. And we're gonna take a closer look at the Ternuvate offensive, or its operation, I guess is the more correct term, isn't it? It's the Ternuvate operation. We've seen what Mayakovsk 73 and Andrew Perpetua has said about it. We're gonna take a quick look at their maps again, just to remind ourselves. But what we will do is take a look at one of the pro-Russian mappers, one of the prominent pro-Russian mappers, because that map is showing something really interesting concerning this Ternuvate push. And according to the Russians, the Ukrainians, they have made a bit more headway than simply just Ternuvate. Rightio, so here we have Mayakovsk 73, over here we have Andrew Perpetua, and as you can see, there's a lot of activity around Ternuvate on both maps, and here we can see Ukrainian mechanized assault down here towards Pryluki, and this move here might be a bit more significant than when we first took a look at the maps this morning. So we're going to explore this situation here, but using Rybar, a very, very pro-Russian map. Some say it is directly linked to Moscow. It's like the most official you can get, basically. It's pure Russian propaganda. So we're now going to take a look at what the Russians are saying, especially about this push here towards Pryluki and, by extension, Dobropilya. So let's take a look at that. So, Pryluki, take a look at this. This war zone is these striped areas, in other words, contested. The Russians have Ternuvate as contested, and here you can see a lot of blue arrows. But take a look at this. Take a look at this, what the Russians are saying. They are saying that Ukraine has pushed through Pryluki all the way up to Dobropilya. And you can see there are more blue arrows in the area as well. So we have a blue push here, Ukrainian push north of Dobropilya, and another one that the coming in through here apparently. That there's an attempt to reach through here. And take a look at this big area here, activity zone of small AFU groups. So Ukrainian infiltration units operating here according to the Russians, and we have a big push towards Dobropilya and another flanking push up here. So according to the Russians, the Ukrainians are in Ternuvate contesting. That's the dog in the background. And pushing through Pryluki all the way up to Dobropilya, and they have a huge area here where they have infiltration units that can disrupt and engage Russians moving back and forth, trying to reinforce this section of the front line. And if we compare Rybar to Deep State here, I mean, you can see clearly how pro-Russian it is. You have Russians all the way up in Andriivka here, according to Rybar. So, no. Anyway, but you can see here, this is the area that Rybar says is infiltrated by Ukrainian troops. And this is where the Russians are saying Ukrainians are pushing in towards Dobropilya and attacking Ternuvate and Russian positions in between as well. There's also, according to them, a Ukrainian push. Where is it? Varnavika, there's Varvarika. So this way as well, right? So that push here is down here, according to the Russians. So the Ukrainians seems to be trying to exploit the situation, and I think what's happening here is that the Russians have pushed up the river. They're trying to cross it and moved up to Ternuvate, and the Ukrainians now, with the Russians losing Starlink and everything, saw an opportunity to strike at overextended Russian positions. The Russians don't have many options in the area, so Ukraine moved in, They put pressure on the flanks here to deny the Russians a chance to reinforce this push towards Ternuvate. The Russians have to secure their flanks instead, and that means a main assault from the Ukrainians could move in, isolate Ternuvate, and they could grab lots of POWs by the looks of it, if we are to believe the reports here. But it's interesting to see if Ukraine has managed to push through this way all the way to Dobropilya. That is going to be interesting, really interesting. Because if we head on over here to ISW's map, here you have Ternuvate. You can see Ukraine has liberated Ternuvate, and you have some Russian infiltration units over here, according to ISW. But what the Russians are saying is that Ukraine has pushed into Pryluki. We can see that ISW is confirming some of that. Son of a. And according to the Russians, the Ukrainians have pushed up this way into Dobropilya. And take a look what happens here. You have a river running through here. Here you have a crossing point right here. So it could be that Ukraine has taken Pryluki, secured this crossing right here, and moved up into the town of Dobropilya, like the Russians are claiming. It's not unthinkable. Son of a. Ukrainians are striking out from high ground positions, as you can see, moving down into the valley where you have the river. And if they have the high ground, they should be able to engage the Russians moving down on the lower ground here. And that might have given the Ukrainians a chance to thunder across the river here at that crossing point, holding the high ground, opening fire down on the Russians, and maybe, as the Russians are claiming, maybe potentially establishing a presence along the main street here of this small town of Dobropilya. Interesting. We'll see how much of this is true. They're also saying that there might be a Ukrainian push up in the north. Where can they get across? Maybe these are trenches, right? I think these are defensive lines more than anything. Yeah. Anyway, this is where the Ukrainians can get across, and according to the Russians, that might have actually happened, that the Ukrainians have secured this crossing point at the Pryluki and have reached the southern tip here of Dobropilya, as it were. So if we're using deep state here, whoops, sorry, wrong one, for a moment, that should mean, let's see here, that the Ukrainians, they are coming down this way towards Dobropilya, right? And they pushed through Pryluki and coming up in the southern ends of Dobropilya here. And the Russians are also saying that the Ukrainians are making a push through Varvarivka to reach the farmland to this part. Just outside of Dobropilya. And of course the Ukrainians have pushed into Ternuvate, taken a bunch of prisoners, and they're making moves to isolating the Russians west of the river, and the river flows down here, right? And that means if we do have Russians in Dobropilya, Ukraine might be looking to isolating them, as it were, as well as any Russians up here. Interesting. So yeah, the Russians might have overextended a bit towards Ternuvate. The Ukrainians are now exploiting that fact. They have, like we just noticed, that they do have the high ground here at Pryluki, so they can now engage Russians in the valley in support of this push into southern Dobropilya. It's probably the same up here. Ukraine is more than likely holding high ground. Whoops, sorry, as always. holding high ground up here and can engage Russian targets on the low ground, supporting the push from the north as well as this push from the south, and engaging the Russians in Dobropila. They are now isolating them, and this push could be an attempt to prevent further Russian reinforcements moving through to reach Dobropila. And since the Ukrainians appears to be striking Russian positions up here, the Russians can't move out of Dobropila either to reinforce troops here, because they must focus on holding their own flanks. At the same time, like we said, it's difficult to move in the reinforcements if the Ukrainians, according to Ryvar, if the Ukrainians are trying to establish a presence over here. And all of this area over here, let's use this one. Here is where you have spread out infiltration units of Ukrainians according to the Russians, which seems to fit with this area being under Ukrainian control, doesn't it? It's just the Russians, oh, we have this area, but there might be Ukrainians still roaming around. I wonder why. It could be that you're not in control of the area. You never know. And since the Ukrainians are able to make this push, that also kind of suggests that Russia is not in full control of the territory around Zaporizhzhia here. So yeah, interesting. So this push could link up with Ukrainian forces here, denying Russia a chance to move through to support Dobropila. The pincer move on Dobropila prevents Russia from supporting troops at Kozivtseve, and all of this allows a main Ukrainian force to liberate Ternuvate and surround and isolate troops in Kozivtseve and liberating that town as well. And this could allow the Ukrainians to continue on towards Dobropila in the end in a three-pronged assault on the town, while these troops are making sure that any Russians up here are isolated. Interesting. So yeah, really interesting. I wonder what the Ukrainians are up to. Well, we've talked about this before, that up to this river, Ukraine would hold the line at that river, and east of it would maybe be a kill box where the Ukrainians could trap the Russians and then engage them, holding the line by the river and then just grinding them down with artillery and drones. So it might be part of that the Russians try to cross the river, Ukraine saw an opportunity to counter and take them out and push them back, and now the Russians have to start all over again. So might be something like that we're seeing. Anyway, it's really interesting to see that the Russians are this worried with their mapping concerning this Ternuvate operation that we're seeing Ukraine launching here. So we'll see how it all plays out. Anyway, that's it. I hope you found it interesting, and that I'll see you in the next one. As always, go på marsch, Ukraine, and give them hell.